Hi, everyone. So today I'm looking at the work you did on Wednesday, and I asked for fully shaded. And that's kind of hard, but it's something that's needing to be done. So I'm looking at Maria C's here from fourth period, and I could see that she's definitely attempted to do the full shading. But for me, I want to see those deep darks, and it seems like a lot of us are afraid to get those in there. And that's very common. So we need to break that. We need to break just being safe with the lights and mediums, and we need to bust out with those deep darks. When I look at this, there's a bright highlight right here. And the only way that's going to look bright is if everything else is substantially darker next to it. Light next to dark equals pop. She did a great job putting medium tones, but there could be much deeper, darker shadows and obviously some adjustments with the eyebrows. I think they come out a little bit more. So those like little tweaks are going to make or break this. If she does a deep, dark shadow right here, that is going to help the eye look more dimensional and, we'll see that reflection more. So she has a great example of that. I would keep getting darker all up in this area and obviously, this is heck of a dark thing, the star, she could continue to add that here. So I love how she put a little value range here, and so what I'm saying is she is missing all of the fives. I wanna see even more. This could actually go to 6, 7, even darker. She did a great attempt, and she's gonna keep growing from this to make it, as realistic as possible. But we're missing that bright highlight here. If you want a reflection to look light, you got to get really dark around it. And she's doing that. She just needs to kind of refine it a little bit. It's a little soft because of the blending, kind of takes things away. There's a reflection right here that could pop as well. So this is a great attempt, and she's only going to get better from this point on. As you can see here, her bandana, which wasn't asked of her, that's really light, and then it gradually gets darker whites. These are gonna be all grays. So, you wanna see those transitions, so she could have made this bright white and transition that too. It's a lot to do. She was only really required to do this area here, and it's an excellent attempt. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of this because I think it helps us to learn from discussing each other's work, and we're gonna evolve from there. I'm gonna clear this off somehow. Clear. Okay, very good. I appreciate you volunteering. Kayla here. I'm not even asking you, I'm just doing it because it stands out to me. Kayla, can I pull yours up?
Yeah.
Kayla really got in there with the lights, mediums, and the darks. I see that shading. She could even add maybe a little bit more skin tone here, but like I feel the dimension of those eyes. And that's really excellent growth. So I think you guys need to see some examples to kick it up a notch and feel more confident. But I definitely see that full value range that she's putting in skin tones. I like it. She could have got even darker in some areas, like in here. This is heck of darker crease. And that'll help your eye become even more dimensional. This one here has a heck of a darker crease. But it's really great. You can keep going. The lashes, sometimes we just have to keep layering more and more darks. It looks really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, I'm not gonna videotape and critique everybody's right now, but those 2 stood out to me. Let me see if there's one more just for good measure that I can talk about for those students, that are still evolving with these eyeballs. I'm just glancing real quick. I'm curious how this one turned out. Look at that reflection in this eye. Yeah, I would just say pile in some more darkness in this crease, Julietta. Looks great. Um, your image is really blurry to begin with. Yours is more vivid than hers. Um, but I would say her eyebrow is a little bit more rounded here. And then in here, we could get even darker to make it feel indented inward. It's beautiful. Keep going. Don't be afraid of those darks. That's that missing secret sauce seasoning to things, that really help it pop. If you don't have lights, mediums, and darks, then it's not going to look dimensional. So, keep up the good work, guys. I hope that you found this helpful. I'm going to go ahead and talk about what's next for today. We are on Thursday, and today I have a video for you about noses. I see somebody's talking to me in the chat. All right. So I'm going to play this for everyone. Wouldn't that be nice if it worked? Come on.
Hi, I'm Saikar Yasin, and in today's lesson on character foundations, we are studying the nose. In the next few minutes, you will learn how to create the basic structure of a generic nose that you can alter to create any kind of human nose you'd like. So let's get to it. To help you understand the structure of the nose, I've chosen to draw the same nose in 4 views: front, side, 3/4, and as seen from below. This is because you can't really understand the structure until you can see it in your mind as a 3-dimensional object. So I'm going to start with the bridge of the nose. And on the front view, this simplified form looks a little bit just like a rectangle. But from the side view, we can see the angle this has. From a 3/4 view, and from below. Next, I'm going to draw in the septum. Septum is the piece of skin that goes under the nose and connects to the upper lip. Next, I'm going to add the ball of the nose. I'm going to draw in the wings of the nostril. I'll start by getting in the outer edges. Then I just put in the nostril itself. Now you'll see, if I were to zoom into this area, that if this is the nostril, there is a gap between the wing and the nostril itself. And you want to make sure that that's there. Sometimes noses vary. You may get a nose that looks like this. But the structure is the same. It's just that this has been hidden below. Now on the side view, we keep the same thing in mind. Keep a little bit of gap between the nostril and the wing of the nose. And then the nostril goes towards this ball. Now it doesn't really touch the septum here. So again, there's a bit of a gap here. And what happens with the septum is it goes down and actually curves up. And you end up with a pocket here. And that's what we see as the nostril. Now it gets really complicated in the 3/4 view. We have to remember the things we pointed out in the front and the side view. So the septum, for instance, comes down and then it points back up this direction. Now we have the wing of the nostril and then the nostril itself. It goes towards this ball and then it stops. Now from below, what you have to remember is that the mouth is actually curved. That is, it's on a curved surface. If you use your hand and you feel over your mouth, you'll notice that there is a curve that's quite extreme. And the nose has to sit on top of that. So when we get in the wings of the nose, of the nostril, we have to keep in mind how that sits on the curved structure of the mouth. I'm just going to indicate the lips. To give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. Now you'll notice here that the furrow in the mouth corresponds with the septum. Comes down, points up, and then you get this furrow. And the nostrils. So let's go over once more the important structures. You have the bridge, you have the septum, the ball of the nose, and then the wings of the nostril. Now there's a couple of other things to keep in mind. One is that at the top of the nose, there's bone, and then it turns into cartilage. But where this bone is, sometimes you'll see a flat surface or a flat plane before it turns into the plane of the eyebrow or the eye ridge. The other thing to keep in mind is the angle of the nostril and this whole area. If I shade it in using lines that follow the form, we see the form come this way, then it goes down, but then it starts to blend pretty evenly into the cheek. Now, because of this, it's often not necessary to have a line here, this line from here to here. Just by indicating the nostril, we can get away with having a line here. But you can, at the top, indicate this, which is where the eye socket meets the nose. With a few lines I can indicate where the bridge of the nose is. And by drawing little marks like this instead of a line like this or like that, can give a softer feel for how the nose curves down and then blends into the cheek. Now there's many different variations on noses, but all noses have a bridge, they have a septum, a ball, or the bulbous part of the nose, and nostrils. Once you understand the similarities between noses, you can look for these shapes and see how they vary.
All right, guys. So I hope that helps you get different overall ideas of the different perspectives of the eye. I mean the nose. Oh, Miss Brown. Um, sorry, let me see if I can pull it. Oh, I accidentally closed it. Wow, good job, Miss Brown. So I'm gonna go over what I want you to try to do today. On the agenda, we watched the video, yay. And then what I would like for you to do today is get a piece of paper and I want you to start labeling front, side, and three-quarter view. You are going to be drawing all of these step by step. Obviously, you're not finishing today. We spent a big chunk of the period watching the video, and you will have until tomorrow to draw all of these. Okay, so not only did we watch the video, but I'm posting the step by steps. So today, if you could draw, label front, side, 3/4 view, and below, and then start drawing those basic shapes, side, 3/4, and below. I will be very happy with that as your proof of practice today. If you happen to get more done, you are a rock star. That circle. Does that sound reasonable, Juliana?
Yeah.
All right, so that's what I'm asking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and reuse a post. I'm gonna edit it, and I'll even put a visual there for you guys so that you feel everything is clear. So there's no side by side. It's none of this. It's gotta be a front, side, 3/4 view, and bottom view of nose sketch. Okay. I'm going to how am I gonna do this? No, it doesn't want to let me. Awesome. I'll do a screenshot. That's how I'll do this. I will put a screenshot of it on here for you so that you are 100% clear, no confusion of what it is. Very easy. It's right here for you if you're confused. And I'm going to make that 5 points. It's due today, 3 p.m. You have roughly, what, almost 20 minutes to draw that. It's pretty easy. I feel good about that. Ah, I need to change it to Thursday. I don't know why I keep forgetting to do that. Thursday, proof of practice. Yay. So you can look at it on the agenda, or you could just go to the assignment and click the example. That's your choice. Now that you've watched that video, if you want to watch the video again as you draw, that's brilliant. However you feel comfortable, however you feel confident about it. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, and I'm going to help people that want some help.